So this Saturday, the big fight that I'm really looking forward to now with Raymond Muratalla defending his IBF title with Andy Cruz, and I think the consensus here is that Andy Cruz will win decision. Some people saying stoppage, and I'm not gonna lie. When this fight first got announced, I was on that train as well. It was mostly because Andy Cruz had all the hype. He's Cuban. You know what happens when there's a Cuban fighter. Everyone just likes to be on their, they like to ride them off. He's from the amateurs. I think he won gold, if I'm not mistaken, in the amateurs. Well, when you have that combination of being a Cuban fighter and doing well in the amateurs, people are just gonna ride you and suck you off. And I was a little bit on that train, especially because at first it looked like Muratalla was ducking Cruz for a bit. He well, I don't remember what happened fully, but there's a point in time where the fight was supposed to happen at one point in time, then it didn't or whatever. A lot of people were speculating that Muratalla was gonna move up, vacate the belt, not fight any Cruz. But here we go. It's right here this Saturday. And that being said, I think Muratalla will win this fight. I think he can win this fight, is what I should say. And well, I am gonna pick him to win, and I think the path for him to win is there. We've seen Andy Cruz, and they're rocked by, was it Moran, Antonio Moran, and I think that's what most people question with Andy Cruz is his chin, how well he can take the punch. Not to like stereotype just like a group of fighters, but it's just what I've seen. People said is that Cubans don't have heart or whatever. It's definitely changed over the years. I think Cubans have definitely changed up their style. Like I like Morel and Iglesias. Those are some good fighters, and I'm sure those guys have hearts. Those guys for sure have hearts. Is Andy Cruz built from that same cloth? You know, he's training over with Boni as Bozy Ennis, which is definitely gonna make him punch. He's gonna be a punching type of fighter now. But is that the way to go? Because what made people excited about Andy Cruz is his legs, and that's not what people like about Cuban fighters. But honestly, it is Andy Cruz's best asset. His legs, him moving around, waiting for his opponent, counter punching, all that type of stuff. And with Bozy Ennis training Andy Cruz and having Andy Cruz not do those stuff that he's special for, is that gonna neuter Andy Cruz in a way, taking off some of his special attributes? Because that's the thing. If Andy Cruz is gonna just sit there, try to fight like Jaron Ennis, I think Muay is gonna clip Andy Cruz. He can't. In my opinion, he can't be doing that. And it's not a matter of if he does it. I think he is gonna do that. I think he is gonna fight like that. Because I also think they probably built up the hype of Muratalla not being that good or whatever, Muratalla being scared or whatever. No, I think Muratalla is gonna be ready for this. He's gonna be ready for this challenge, and I would agree. Like Muratalla, he's not a fighter that I am impressed with. I never thought highly of him. I always thought when he won the IBF title that he was gonna lose it, either in his first defense or shortly after winning it. I didn't think he was gonna stay as champion for a long time. But Andy Cruz being his first defense, I'm not gonna lie. I think he's gonna pass this test right here. I don't think Andy Cruz is ready. You know, and not only that, but Andy Cruz is also small. You know, let me see if I can find out the like a face off. I've heard some things from other people that Andy Cruz should be like at 130, and that the only reason why Andy Cruz is at lightweight is because Keyshawn Davis. You know, they were hoping to get a Keyshawn Davis fight or fight against Shakur Stevenson, Gervonta Davis. You know, that's really the only reason why Andy Cruz is at lightweight, in my opinion, is because the money fights against these guys are at 135. Obviously, that's no longer the case now because what Keyshawn's at 140, Shakur. I mean, it's 50-50 with Shakur if he's going to come back down to lightweight, and Gervonta Davis is obviously not going to fight for a while. So, it's in my opinion, they bit themselves in the butt a little here because they were hoping to get, you know, Keyshawn Davis, like I said, or whatever, or whoever, you know, any of those big names. Instead, they're getting Muratalla, who they're hoping is to be an easy touch or whatever. Maybe not an easy touch, but a fight they'll win. But like I said, I no longer think that is the case. Let me see if I can find like a. Here's a video here. I think I'm looking at them side by side. Oh man, I'm trying to see this video right here, and I'm looking at them. They have clothes on, but to me it looks like Muratalla is bigger than Andy Cruz. I don't know how. We're gonna have to wait till they're in the ring. You know, when they're in the ring, looking at each other or fighting against each other. You know, sizing each other up. We're gonna see. But right now, I think Andy Cruz is too small. I think Muratalla is gonna win by decision here. By decision, and yeah, I don't. That's what I think is gonna happen. So, but I'm excited for this fight. It's gonna be a good fight, and would be fun. Would be fun.